Hey guys, what's happening? Happy hump day. Welcome to the Picks and Parlays live cap. I am your host, Allie Burns. With me today, I've got Nick Parsons, I've got Kurt Alexander, and we've got a lot of NFL to talk about. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Absolutely. Can't wait to get into it here. As we shoot this, obviously, there's that crazy Pittsburgh-Baltimore game going on. I'm sort of keeping my eye on that one as well.
All right, I like it. How you doing, Kurt?
I'm doing all right. I'm currently watching the Pittsburgh game as well. Looks like Pittsburgh's in the red zone. Isn't it weird? You have all these COVID cases and Pittsburgh's still struggling to win a game. You know, it's like a one-possession game right now. It's just crazy how this team plays. But yeah, the buzz around the book was Steelers. Everybody that came in and made a bet today was Steelers. Like,
yeah.
All right, that's spread's 10.5 right now.
It was a beautiful time for a contrarian play. It really was. I'm watching Texas at UNC. I've got UNC plus 10.5 in played. So I'm looking pretty sweet over here. Hey guys at home, don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and leave us a comment. Let us know you're out there and let us know who you like in the matchups that we're talking about today. So guys, you ready to talk some NFL? I lost my little paper, but I'm going to find it. You guys ready to talk some NFL?
Yeah, let's
go. Let's go.
All right. So we were going to start out with my home team, the Colts at the Houston Texans. I got the Colts at -3 here, a total of 51. We know the Texans are coming off a big Thursday night win. We know, the Colts are coming off a big loss against the Titans. So what do you guys got on this one? Lay it on me, Nick. What do you got?
Indianapolis, coming off that loss. They played the 3 straight overs. Houston is also, it's coming off the 41-25 win over Detroit. So it's also coming off a higher scoring game there as well. So, I mean, Indianapolis getting blown out there by Tennessee at home. That was unexpected. They were the favorite. Many people expected a lower scoring game. I think even we talked about that possibly last week on Total Chaos, that one was going to go under. We thought there was going to be a lot of running. That one didn't come to fruition there. It was a higher scoring game. So my first thoughts when I'm looking at this game is that I sort of like the under. I think that Indianapolis, it's gonna be desperate here. Not desperate, but it definitely will want to get back into the winner's circle here. We're coming down to the final crunch time here of the season. So yeah, I expect my initial lean here, anyways, is on the under in this one.
Is on the under. Well, gosh, I can't tell you how many total chaos matchups have come down to the Colts over or under. And it seems like under is usually the play on this team. Now, Kurt, I know the Titans are your team, and I know the Colts are one you've been talking about all season long. Hi, Chris. Hi, Elliot. Hi, good night. And so lay it on me. What do you think about Colts at Texans? And you used to live in Houston, so I know we're here on that. So
yeah, I did live in Houston. I had love for the Texans before they actually got the team, and then the season started, and my Titans fandom kind of took over. But I digress. We have a good game coming up here. Another division rivalry. I think the Colts are actually short again on this line. I believe it's 3. If you ever notice the Colts games, they're always around 3, 2.5, 1.5, 3. I haven't seen a 7 or a 10 or anything outrageous, but I don't think these two teams are in the same category. This is an overreaction from last week's beatdown by the Tennessee Titans. The Colts are the better team. They have to fix some things on defense. It's a tale of two halves most of the time. They give up 42 or 28 or 35 in the first half, and then usually the second half is when you see them tighten up and play better defense, sound defense, almost dominating defense. That game against Green Bay was a reminder of how this team can play. I think the Colts are the better team. As far as the total goes here, I'm sticking with the Colts under. The buzz around the book that day was the Colts have the third best defense. I don't know what's going on. And I'm telling, I don't know either. I have no idea, but I'm going to stick with the under. Like I see the players, you see the stats that they put up, but how they just give up these big numbers, I can't explain it. And then shut you out in the second half. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Whatever that halftime speech is needs to be said before the game.
Deshaun Watson's had I was just going to say Deshaun Watson's had a great season so far, but one of his biggest targets here is suspended for this game. Will Fuller has been suspended, and so I think we have to take that into account for sure. That he was a big part of that offense after that coaching change. I mean, they've been dealing with a lot of injury, but yeah, that's a significant factor, I think, as well here.
Yeah, Kurt and I kind of touched on this last night when we were doing our free pick videos, but I actually like Texas here. That's the way that I'm rolling. I'm like, it's not because it's my team or anything like that. Trust me, I don't bet on the Texans because they're my team, but I don't know. I just got a feeling about the Texans right now. And so I'm going to roll with that and take a couple points at home on this. So I can't promise you I'm going to bet this, but that's the way that I definitely lean towards it. Hey, guys in the chat, don't forget, like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and leave us your picks. Put your picks in the comment box because we love to hear who you guys like to play. So up next, we have the Rams at the Cardinals. A little bit better of a game here. We've got Rams -3. There's that number again. The total is 48.5. Both of these teams are coming off a 3-point loss in week 12. So, Kurt, what do you think about the Rams at the Cardinals?
We got the Rams on the road here against Arizona. The first thing that jumps out to me is the under in this game. The Rams under 4-0 in the last 4 games, 9-1 against the spread after a loss. The Rams are. I think the Rams are the better team. They just don't show up for these road games. That's the problem. Their defense plays outstanding. But in the last 3 road games, they put up 27, 17, and 16. That's not going to cut it against this Arizona team because Arizona at home, dome, sweet dome. Last 3 games, 31, 37, and 32 points. So if the Rams are going to compete in this game, they're going to have to score some points. I think they need to get the running game involved. I always preach getting the running game involved, balance offense. This will help your quarterback out. And Goff had a rough one last week, 2 interceptions, no touchdown. He threw 2 picks the week before. So I definitely think, who do we have? Cam Akers, 84 yards last week. Feed him the ball. Help out your offense. I think the Rams are going to need to put up some points to compete in this game.
All right. So you're taking the other guys. You're taking the Cardinals.
Yeah.
It took me a second there. I saw LSU pop up. I was like, what are we talking about? All right, Nick, what do you got on this?
I sort of was leaning towards the under as well here, but no, I like. I'm getting in the car here with Kurt. I like the Arizona at home here. I mean, both of these teams have struggled a bit over the last month. The Rams started out really hot. They were 5-2, but they're just 2-2 since. Yeah. I mean, in Arizona, it's a similar thing. They started 5-2. They've just gone 1-3. But Arizona at home has been better at home. They're 5-1-1 against the spread as well. Their last 7 as an underdog. And yeah, I think. Just with the Cardinals here, it's a solid matchup. Anyways, yeah, I just think that this is a great matchup at home. They just have played every game has been really tight for Arizona. They played every team competitively, and LA has had lapses in judgment or just lapses in concentration, lapses in consistency throughout the season. And so, yeah, I would definitely lean to Arizona at home in this divisional matchup. I mean, divisional matchups are always the most important, and they almost always mean the most to the home side.
And this is for first place too. So this is you know, if the Cardinals lose this one, then the Rams kind of have a two game lead ahead of them, and they play each other.
I think he was going to say they play each other in the final game of the year. I think that's the case.
I believe you. I believe that indeed. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I like the Cardinals here, and I like it to. I feel like it's going to go under. That was in my free pick video. I said under. That's kind of the way I'm feeling. But I don't know. It's one of those when it's a little closer to game time is when I'll actually probably make that. Like during Total Chaos when I get two free picks from two professional handicappers. That's probably when I'll make that decision. So Nick, great job on Total Chaos. You took out Sean Higgs this week. I believe it was 7-5 to 6-6. So it was a close one. You were tied all the way until the Bears-Packers game. You took it over. Higgs took it under. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. So we'll see you next week. You're going to go against Dan Kaiser for
great.
Carry on. So congrats, sir. And Kurt, you won Total Chaos College Football. And by the way, guys at home, NFL Total Chaos, Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's when you'll see Nick and Dan going head-to-head over every NFL game on Sunday, over/under. And Kurt was actually our other winner for College Football Total Chaos. He beat Dan Kaiser. So now you're going to face Sean Higgs. Does it feel good to wear the crown again, Kurt?
Yeah, it does. It does. That was a tough week. Dan put up a pretty good fight, but on to Sean.
All right.
Yeah, on to the rematch.
Yeah,
the winner stands. And so far, I guess we haven't had anybody who's won more than just once. So we'll see if I can hold it down for a second time.
Oh yeah, we're trying to go streaking.
Let's go streaking. Grab your green hat. Sorry. I cracked myself up there. Guys at home, don't forget, drop your comments into the comment box. Let us know who you like, who you're playing, and hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We got one more NFL game to talk about, and then we can move. I got one college basketball one that I'm pretty stoked on. So this game is an ugly one. It's the Lions at the Bears. Bears are -3. The total's 44.5. One of the reasons I wanted to talk about this one is because it's a little bit difficult to handicap, and I'd like your information on it. I also thought it was really funny that both of their final scores were 41-25 last week. That was like a little ironic for me. I do win because I get all the free picks from all the Brainiac cappers. And so do you when you watch Total Chaos. All right. So, Nick, what do you think about the Lions and the Bears?
Yeah, an interesting matchup here. Obviously, both teams could really use a win here. Detroit's lost 4 of its last 5 games. It's split its last 6 road games, though. But it's still just 3-8 against the spread. Its last 11 on the road. So, yeah, the Bears, they're hoping to snap a 5-game losing streak. So these are 2 teams on 2 really bad losing streaks here. I mean, really, this would be the season for both of them here. It almost feels like, essentially. Otherwise, they would have to run the table and get outside help. I mean, in such a competitive atmosphere, this is going to have – it really will. I mean, what is the total in this one again, Allie?
I believe it was 48.
45.
44.5. Yeah, 45 now. There it is.
I would lean sort of to the over here, just because I just think it is such an important one to each of them. I mean, a lot of these, when you look at these 2 offenses, and you don't immediately think of high-scoring games, but hey, the Lions, they're going to be airing it out. I guess that does depend a lot on the weather in Chicago, but my early lean here would definitely be towards the over in this non-conference matchup. I think that, yeah, both these teams will lay everything on the field. And so that's what I'm leaning towards early in this one.
All right. What about you, Kurt? What do you got?
I wish I could get in the car with you on the over, but that means I'd have to cheer for somebody. You're begging for points. I think that's what's going to happen in this game. I don't think Detroit's offensive line is that good. I don't think Detroit's been good for years. No running game. Since Calvin Johnson left, I can't really tell you a premier receiver that they've had. No deep threats on this team. Galladay's like the best player they have, who probably isn't an all-star or anything like that. So he's not a premier name. You just don't have the players. You don't have the guys. You look at the Bears and everybody talks about Khalil Mack, or they used to anyway, because he's not dominating like he did when he first got there. Both these teams just look like they're in a rebuild. They're actually in a rebuild because Detroit was
completely
years ago.
They just fired head coach Matt Patricia as well. So there you go. How will they respond? The team responds either one of two ways, obviously. They go out and win that next game, or they just completely fold. So
yeah, last night in the free pick, we were kind of talking, is it addition by subtraction? Is that kind of the situation you have going on there? And we mentioned, like when one guy gets fired, everybody else kind of like gets on top of their game so they don't get fired. That might be more in like a colloquial workplace than the NFL, but you get the idea of it all.
Yeah. That's what's happening in Chicago right now. That's what's happening in Chicago right now. That's what's happening in Chicago is, Detroit, their coaches are no longer on the hot seat. I'm sure, at the end of the week, they'll say, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. Not really sure if you're going to see coach tomorrow. Now that that's gone, I think Chicago's in that boat where you don't know who you're going to see tomorrow. You don't know if this is going to be coach's last game or not. But he's definitely on the hot seat out there. And it starts with the quarterback. You had a chance to go after like Bridgewater in the offseason. I didn't understand that. Or maybe even a Mariota, somebody that was going to make a difference. You almost got the same quarterback in Foles that you do have in Trubisky. You don't see a difference in these quarterbacks when one takes over for the other. It's the same kind of boring play, where it's neither team has a running game right now. It's both these teams are really bad teams. To try to get over that 44.5 is going to be tough. I'm going to take that one under.
Under it is. I like the Lions here. I don't know about a total on this one either. I kind of leaned under, then I kind of leaned over. Nick kind of talked me into the over, actually. Like, you made really good points. But I do like the line. It's kind of one of those whoever's getting points situations for me. That's what side I want to be on. But I think, that's my idea on that one. Nick, I know you got to get going, and I know you're not into college basketball, and that's the last thing we're going to talk about.
Okay.
But guys,
Friday we have live cap, of course, with Dan Kaiser, and we're going to be talking about a bunch of college football, and then I can't wait for Total Chaos on Saturday. Thanks a lot, you guys.
See you, Nick.
Okay.
Guys at home, don't
Kurt.
forget, check out Nick Parsons at picksandparlays.net. You'll get all his premium picks there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, and drop your comments so we know who you're playing. All right, Kurt.
All right,
the moment I've been waiting for.
You and your college basketball. Don't embarrass me.
I am just not the biggest football girl. I'm learning as I go. I'm getting better. You guys are teaching me a lot, but I know college. I don't want to get on a pedestal right here because it's the beginning of a season that's a crazy season, but I know college basketball and I know baseball, and so I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy this is here, and I can feel like I know something about something. So I wanted to talk Illinois at Baylor. I think this is going to be like my number one matchup of the night. I think it's going to be solid, man. So, and I know we talked about it on the free picks last night, but I wanted to go a little more in depth with you. It's Baylor minus 5.5, and the total is 143.5, if that's still true. What do you think about this one?
My first instinct is take the Illini with the points. It's down to 4.5. I'm loving that. Right now, both teams are, undefeated. They both played cream puffs the first game. Both of them blue teams. Well, Washington, we don't know yet, but Washington pretty much.
I don't think so. No. Yeah. No, I thought for a minute, and then I was like, no,
not yeah. So you had two blowout wins. So this is the first real competitive games for both of them, and it's going to be really interesting to see who's coming to play, because I wouldn't say they're mirror images of each other, but there's kind of a mutual respect where Baylor, very good team, number 2. The Illini, number 5, number 6, something like that, another very good team. So you look a little deeper and you try to see, well, who has the advantage? The first advantage I give is to the Illini as far as size goes. These guys are big. Illinois has guys on the bench coming off at 6'9", 6'10", and that's going to be a problem for Baylor, who's guard heavy. You know, their offense is, guard oriented. You have 4 or 5 in the rotation right now. And I don't know if they're going to be able to compete when it comes to rebounding. You know, that's where size has the advantage. Illini is definitely the way that I'm looking. As far as the total, I went back and forth. I said the over yesterday just because they both put up 90-something points early on. I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure because they put it at 143. So they're both averaging 98, but you have the total at 143, which makes you think like, yeah, these two teams should be able to still put up the 98. Sail over. I'm not too sure. If I had to play it, I would still take the over, but I'm a little nervous about it. What are you thinking on this game?
I feel you there with the total because it does look so easy. And anytime it does, I mean, the reason those averages are so high is because they're playing against powder puff teams, so we're going to find out who these two teams really are in this game is what I think. They're going to come hard. I mean, I would lean over, but like I said, it's kind of too obvious. So I'm going to lay off the total. I think you're spot on with Illinois and the points. I took a money line is how I did that. But, I in play and I'll see what happens, but I got them at plus 200, I think it was. And I like it. What can I say? And then once we get going, I like to take more points on either side because I think it's going to be within 10 at the end of this game. So if one of them gets into double digits, I'm going to in-play whoever it is in the first half. What was I going to say? Yeah, Illinois has 3 really good, tall, impressive upperclassmen that are returning, that are, used to playing with each other. They're gelled. And those 3 guys are scoring 43% of Illinois' points right now. So Baylor is really going to have to find a way to solve that problem if, they even want to have a chance. And like we said, they are ranked 8th and 9th in scoring in Division I basketball, but Louisiana and Washington are not. The total strength of schedule issue there. Total strength of schedule issue.
I will mention, because you did mention the 3 Illini players. I think you're talking about Desamu, Williams, and Coburn. Desamu?
Yeah. Yep. I say Desamu.
Hold on. I have a David Baylor that I hope I nail here, because Baylor on the other side, they have Teague, who's their senior guard, who's their floor general. So these teams are almost mirror images. The only difference is in the size and their style of play, where you have one team that's guard oriented and the other team that's more big man oriented. So it's like, who's going to win, David or Goliath in this battle? I like. Let me see if I get this name right. His name is Jonathan Chimachua. Yeah. JTT. No. Yeah. Chimachua. Yeah. JTT is what they call him for
we'll go with that.
Baylor. JTT. Yeah, he's pretty much the only size they have. JTT and they have Thamba. Those are the only 2 big men, and both of them are like 6'8" and 6'10", where you have 7-footers on the other side with Kofi Coburn. The guy that relieves Coburn is 7 foot. The guy that relieves him is 6'10". You see a theme here? This is what you have coming off the Illini bench, and they're deeper, where you have Baylor running about 7 in rotation right now. The Illini are running 9 in rotation. So fouls come into play here. Got the bigger team. Rebounding comes into play. It just seems like the advantage is the Illini right now. Unless Baylor could show us something different, hit their shots, maybe bring those big men out. This is going to be a problem. Size is a problem in college basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think it could go either way. If you're on Baylor, I'm not going to get mad at you. I'm just going this way because I think Illinois has the advantage here. And Kurt agrees with me on that, but no hate to anyone on Baylor at all. I think it's both. They're both solid bets, really. These are 2 really good teams. All right, guys. With that,
be a good game.
Yeah, it is. All right, guys. Well, that just about wraps it up. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. And even if you're watching this after we're filming it live, feel free to leave comments and tell us who you like. Everybody's a genius after the games have been played. So, you got to drop them in the box if you want credit for your picks. And then don't forget, we got another live cap coming. The college football live cap is on Friday, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern. We got Total Chaos College Football with Kurt Alexander and who? And Sean Higgs, there it is. There's so many of you. With Kurt Alexander and Sean Higgs is on Thursday, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, Total Chaos NFL with Nick Parsons and Dan Kaiser is on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. So we're booked. That's why you got to ring your bell for notifications so you never miss a free pick, free video, or a live pod. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time. See you later.
Yep. Bye.